Previously on the Generation Dose.
God talks to children. And many times children do not know that it is God talking. If more effort was given towards this children ministry, Sunday school for that matter, I think we would have real fun.
Yeah.
So I want to agree with you. There has not been much effort, but that has been given towards the spiritual nature of children.
Yeah.
However, Kim, and this is the interesting part.
Yes.
It looks like everybody else has found the importance or the value in children other than the church.
Oh.
You think about it, yeah? Nairobi is the biggest capital city in sub-Saharan Africa.
Yes.
There is a street in Nairobi that is designated to nothing else other than children matters.
Okay.
That street is called Biashara Street.
Biashara Street. Oh.
Along Biashara Street, nothing else is sold
Just
other than children clothing.
Wow.
In fact, the only other business that is along Biashara Street is a bank. Meaning that even banks understand how profitable this street can become.
Yeah.
If you think about it, one of the big investments that you can make as a person today is a private school. Private schools are huge business, my brother. Big business. And then what happens? They pay back.
Yes.
Because parents are enthusiastic. They are willing to commit finances into anything. Look about the Cartoon networks. Cartoon is a multi-billion, maybe $trillion.
True.
Okay? Who do cartoons target?
Children.
Children.
Yes.
So for someone to invest billions of dollars to influence or to target children, it means that they have seen there is value in children.
Yes.
So how is it that just about everybody else, starting from us parents, to the businessman, to the entertainer, seems to have understood the value in children. But when you come to churches, the smallest negligible budget is usually goes towards children.
Yeah.
So kuna kitu hapo, kuna kaufala. Kuna kaufala kako hapo. The church needs to wake up and actually realize that the biggest investment you would ever make is in the spiritual formation of children.
Why now? Why should the church rise up now? Why should church leaders say it's time for us to invest in children? Why now?
Well, a good question. And there are many answers that you could give to that. But we are recording this in a country called Kenya.
Yes.
What haven't we tried in this country?
You've tried a lot.
I mean, one of the things that we are watching in our generation is the rapid moral decay of our society. I mean, people will do anything to get rich. We have commissions upon commissions to try and deal with corruption, to try and deal with immorality. All those commissions are failed.
Yes.
So we're basically seeing a country that is disintegrating because the moral fiber that holds a country together is almost non-existent. It has been stretched that we are actually hanging on a bare thread of it. And because of that, we must then ask ourselves as a people, where did we go wrong? And it does not take long for you to discover it's because we neglected children. We have taken so much effort in developing roads, in developing institutions, in developing so many other things, but we have forgotten the software.
Yes.
And the software is the hearts of children. Children to know godliness, children to fear him, children to know what is honor.
Yes.
You not teach me what is honor when I am old. By the time I am old, I have already gotten a clear formation of what I think honor is.
Yes.
Honor is having a title when people talk to me and they call me honorable.
Yes.
Or they call me Reverend Paul, or they call me XYZ. But if we were to get it right in children, where they get to know that it is an honor for you to respect older people. It is an honor for you to stay pure until you're married.
Yes.
It is an honor for you to serve society expecting nothing in return. Then you got it right.
Yeah.
So why now? It's because we must reclaim our generation. The value system in the world is generally on a decline, yet the Bible remains true. God's word is true.
Yeah.
And if we can get the morals of this country, of this continent, of this world, to be informed by the values of the Christian faith,
Yes.
of the Bible, then we'll be on the right track.
All right.
Yeah.
You've talked about the moral fabric of the society, and I remember a while back, there was a video that went viral about a kid from Consolata School in Westlands.
Yes.
I think it was around abuse or something. I think it was 11-year-old or something.
Yes.
And then I have also remembered where I lived a while back.
Yeah.
In my house, I would hear children outside singing some very gross, vulgar songs, and it really disturbed me. So we have such a decay in the society, but we don't know who to cast the responsibility on. Is it the parents? Is it the teachers? Is it the Sunday school teachers themselves? Is it the church at large? So who takes the responsibility, and what's the role of the church in shaping the morals of the society?
Okay.
Especially for children.
Okay. So two things. Number one,
Yes.
it's true that kid went viral. And I've always thought, you know, on the same day that kid was meeting out that vulgar language,
Yes.
there was another kid who was memorizing a whole chapter of the Bible. We never got to know about
We
it.
never got to know about that one.
Okay?
Yes.
So there's a way that the world has a way of propagating, you know, I don't know to what end.
Yes.
Those insults, I mean, to what end the idea was to propagate that. But I would also want to say that there are many children who are living an upright life.
Awesome.
But for some reason, we never think that that is something that is newsworthy for us to propagate. So, but yes, that boy, he clearly caught the attention of all of us.
Yes.
And the kind of thing that he was talking about was like, okay. So now the question, who is responsible? Kim, I would say that the generic way or the kawaida way of answering this, we will say it is the parents, we will say it is a church, we will say it is a school, we will say it's all that. But I guess we are living in a century whereby many things have changed. For a fact, the role of the parent cannot be relegated, cannot be delegated to someone else. So when a child goes onto social media and meets out that kind of vulgar language, of course you go back home. You know, what kind of family does he come from? Is his family functional? You know, is the dad and mom, are they available? What kind of morals do the parents hold? You know, and of course, the stories I think that came out of that, you know, the family that this boy comes from is not functional. So you'll not be truly surprised that that you would actually be meting out that kind of vulgar language on social media. But then, Kim, I also have come to appreciate the fact that life is dynamic. There are parents who work at the EPZ, okay?
Yeah.
They work for 12 hours. They leave early in the morning and they come back home late in the night.
Late in the night, yeah.
And it is in such a way that they either do that or they basically don't have a job. We are living in a time when single parenting has become almost, and I mean, the number of single parents in this country is overwhelming. Okay? So, rather than talk the cliche way of it is the parents, it is a church, it is ABCD, I am going to say all of us need to understand that we have a responsibility in the formation of children.
Yeah.
Okay? I live in a neighborhood that has got a number of single parents. So how can I be of support to that single parent? How can I be of support to children who come to church and they come from dysfunctional families? Because when this child is meting out those things, it is not just a failure on the parents' part, it is also a failure of the school that they go to. It is also a failure of the church that they attend to. It is a failure of society. The African saying that a child is brought up by a village is coming home. That if I want to say that I am the one who has got exclusive rights in the formation of my children, I am wrong because I can only do so much. If I want to delegate that responsibility to the church, again, I'm wrong because even the church may not have that capacity. What we must do is we must realize that these are different times.
Yes.
Let's come together. Parents must take their responsibility. You are given the privilege of bringing a child into this world. Take that as a privilege. Nurse that privilege. You will not have that privilege for life. You have it only for up to a certain space. After that, that child will be on their own, and they will be making decisions on their own. Yeah. So for those 18, 20 years that you have, do your best. And then the rest of us, let's see how we can be able to support parents.
Yeah.
And that's why, for example, when we talk of the Children and Teen Center, we're talking about a platform where parenting issues can be addressed, where we can be able to generate content that can then be able to provide a parent with capacities to be able to bring up a godly generation. You know, Kim, I know you're not married and you don't have children, and if you do, then we need to end this show.
I need a dose.
You need a dose. But when my firstborn arrived on earth, they did not come with a manual attached. Okay?
This is how to handle
so So the child is born, and what you're given is a naked human being. No manual, no nothing. So you see, and you never get to think about it, so that how I raise my children is basically based on what I saw as how I saw myself being raised, and or how I saw other parents. So it is how I saw other parents raising their children. So it is an issue of what I saw being done, and I'm going to do the same, or what I saw being done and I would not want to do, or what I saw being done and I would want to improve on. Okay. But you know, there is a manual, which is the Bible.
Yes, yes.
But that manual is not explicit. It doesn't tell you that when the child cries, then you, when the child wets the diaper, then it doesn't give you all those details. Okay? So this is what then I'm going to say, that we must create platforms, because none of us gets these children and are given a manual.
Yes.
On how to bring up this child. Why don't we create a platform where we can come together and discuss issues, so that I can be able to pick up from you and you can be able to pick from me, and then we can come up with a functional way of bringing up a godly generation. So we will not brag and say that we are the best. We will not say that we know everything, but we will give ourselves an opportunity to learn best practice. And of course, that should be centered or based on the Word of God.
Coming up on the Generation Dose.
If we can be able to vaccinate our children, then in the hour when they will be faced with watching LGBTQ movement, stuff, they'll actually say, we don't watch this.